Hi guys, welcome back to another Mindful Motherhood Monday and welcome to the first Mindful Motherhood video of 2019. I'm so excited for this year and I have so many ideas for this series. I'd love for you to give me some ideas as well. So if you have a topic that's on your mind or something that you want to discuss a little bit more deeply, then please do leave them on the comments below. I'll make sure to write it down so that I have all of these ideas for the upcoming year. So for today's topic, I wanted to talk about New Year, Same You. I know that's a slightly different idea to what we're used to hearing at the beginning of a year. Everybody just wants new year, new me, new habits, new hobbies, new everything, just like a reset button, restart, start afresh. But I just kind of wanted us to talk about this subject and explore how we feel about new year, new me versus new year, same me, especially when it comes to parenting, because there's so much pressure to be the best mum, and I think a lot of that pressure comes from us in any case, but there's also external pressure to be better, to do better, and the new year acts as a reset button, like I said, and you feel like you have to implement all these changes in life in order to be this better parent, this better mum. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And if you're new to this series, then my name is Ysis. I have two children, James, 3 years old, and Isabella, who is 1, and I make videos, Mindful Motherhood videos, every Monday here at 7 p.m. I also post on Wednesdays and Fridays as well. And this year I'm on a no-buy year. So that's a journey in itself. If you want to follow that, I'll leave a link here on the cards. But anyway, let's get straight into this video. So when the new year starts, there's so much pressure to be this new version of yourself and to take on hobbies and new things to do and ways to improve your life. And I get it. The idea behind New Year's resolutions is to improve ourselves and to better our lives. But that is its own pressure in itself. You know, to be that mum, I'm going to be that mum that doesn't shout this year. I'm going to be that mum that spends loads of quality time with my children. I'm going to be that mum who doesn't allow technology at the table. I'm going to be that mum who goes to all the clubs. I'm going to be that mum who does this. And that is just so much pressure to be this ideal mum that none of us are. None of us are this perfect mum all the time. We might do all these things separately, and some days when we're having incredibly good, amazing days, we might be that mum. But then, you know, it changes, and when you're not that mum that you're expecting to be, then you feel like you failed already. So I feel like this year, focusing on being the same person that we are and getting rid of things that are not working in our lives anymore, old habits that we want to get rid of before starting new habits, might be a way to solve a problem from the root. We tend to focus a lot on new things in the new year and taking on new commitments, new things. And sometimes that works. But if that's not working for you, if you're not feeling it, then maybe focusing on things that are not working and getting rid of these things first will make you feel like you can start new things. And that's how I'm feeling right now, because I've made quite a few resolutions for myself this year. And when I looked back at my list, I felt a bit daunted. There was just so much pressure to do all of this and to be all of this. And you can see my resolutions. I've made a video on my 2019 goals, so you can watch them and see. But there's just so much pressure to do all the things that I said that I will do, when there are things that I'm doing currently that I want to stop doing. I want to look at the things that are holding me back, and I don't do that enough. I want to look at what's not really going right in our lives as a family or me as a mum. Is there something specifically that I'm doing which is not helping me or making my life harder and simplifying it? I have one little example that's playing on my mind at the moment. My husband and I usually take it into turns to put our children to bed. For lots of reasons, you know, we both want quality time with both kids, and we both want to be able to put both children to bed if we're on our own. But recently my daughter has been quite disruptive when I've put her to bed. It could be that she's just feeling, you know, particularly attached to me, or that she knows that I'm a little bit softer and give in to what she wants a bit more. But it's been easier to let my husband do Isabella and I do James's bedtime. So we've been doing that for a few weeks now. And a day or so ago, I decided to go and put her to bed and do her bedtime. And it went horrendously. I mean, it couldn't have gone worse. She absolutely cried her eyes out. We couldn't understand why. I wasn't doing anything differently to what my husband was doing, and she just wasn't keen. And then that set her up for the whole evening then of not wanting to sleep. So that was one thing that made me feel really bad, because I felt like I should be able to put her to bed. So I need to persevere and I need to keep trying and banging on the same key. But that's making life harder. And what I'm trying to do is simplifying things, getting rid of old thoughts like this is how it should be done. And no, it's not how it should be done. You know, there's nothing wrong with her being put to bed by her dad every night until she gets out of this phase where she's feeling really upset about me putting her to bed for whatever reason in her mind. I just need to keep reminding myself that it's okay to drop those things, those old thoughts and bad habits, before starting new habits, which in my mind was to sleep train her, or to make sure that she goes to sleep with me putting her to sleep. Instead of doing that, I feel like I just need to accept that she's on a phase right now and that it's going to pass, and being okay with it and making my peace with it. So I know that's a very specific example, but I hope that illustrates what I'm trying to say about New Year, same you, is you don't have to take on all these new resolutions and new habits and new hobbies in order to feel like you're getting the most out of your new year and being the best mum that you can possibly be. You can be the same mum that you're being and just getting rid of things that are not working. And even if you don't want to start anything new, you don't have to. You can be happy with who you are, with the mum that you are. Maybe you're doing all these activities with your kids because you know it's good for them and they're going to get loads out of it, but you end up stressing out about getting everybody everywhere in time, and you spread yourself too thinly and you end up not enjoying it. So perhaps it's time to drop some of those activities, because you know what, you have to make room for pleasure and enjoyment. You need space for it in your life, and if you don't have space for it, if all of your time and effort and attention is occupied by stresses and worries and everything else that's not positive, you're not going to have space in your life for all these positive emotions that you can feel as a mum. Enjoyment, pleasure, pride, joy, all of these things, you need to make room for them in your life. And for that to happen, you might need to drop a few things that are taking up room in your life and not really giving you a space for pleasure and enjoyable emotions. So my personal goal as a mum for this year is to be the same me, but with different priorities, and getting rid of stuff that's not really fulfilling me and making room for things that will be fulfilling me or that are much better and much more enjoyable for me in life. I'd love to know what is your main priority as a parent this year, and whether or not you're going to be New Year, new you, or New Year, same you. But whatever you do, just know that it has to be right for you and your family. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think it was a little bit more reflective than useful, but I hope you took something out of it. And if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and share it with your friends if you feel like they might enjoy this series or these types of videos. I hope you're all having a lovely day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!